Hey y'all, good morning. How y'all doing? This is AL Thick Madame. I just want to come on here and discuss this growing up hip hop LA debacle that's been going on, y'all. I cannot. I'm just so tired. It's just too much. And of course, they still haven't gotten down to the meat and potatoes of everything that's been going on after the meeting, during the meeting, none of that. The meeting ain't even got started yet. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this recap, review, thoughts. It's just gonna be a combination of everything, basically. So, y'all, I'm sorry I got to get like this because I'm so tired in my spirit. I'm so tired. Okay, so let me see. Let's see how I want to do it. Okay, so it seems as though it really is like the Simmons versus the Millers, and I'm just like, why? In all honesty, it really just seems like it all stems from Romeo being in his feelings that Angela ain't with him and she can do what she want to do. He can't run nothing over there in her household. And I'm just like, this is dumb. And when the comment was made by his daddy, Master P, about how Romeo could have easily taken advantage of her when her child's father was killed and all that, I'm just like, okay, that was unnecessary. There was no reason for him to say that. You know what I'm saying? He took his son saying that people kept coming at him like, well, dang, why you ain't, all up in that? Why you ain't trying to get you a piece? And I mean, please use rational thinking. Please act as if you have some common sense. Like, it's not even making sense at this point. That has been a topic of discussion long before her ex-fiance was killed. I don't understand why nobody is bringing up the fact that they were not even in a relationship when this man passed away. But that doesn't make it like, oh, it's okay. He still could have rolled up because of that. No, don't come around. He literally came to her and was like, I'm sorry for the loss of your child's father. If you need me, I'll be there for you. Just know that you can call me anytime. I'll be there, whatever. He really tried to make it seem like he was going to be there for her because despite the fact that she was not with this man anymore, it does not hurt any less. Her child would not have a father, his biological father, around. I cannot imagine how I would feel. I am a daddy's girl to the core. I cannot even imagine how that could feel. And her son was very young at the time, and he's still pretty young, considering, you know what I'm saying? So I just cannot even imagine that. So anyway, forget all that. I'll get back to Master P and Romeo in a little while. So, I'm still tired of the Treppa situation. I still hold on to what I said before, which is that Egypt need to go somewhere and sit down thinking that she is just this amazing combination of her daddy and her mama, which she likes to whatever. She just thinks it's so cute to say that, they don't want Treppa to come out. It's like, girl. I don't even think she got it in her like that. She was just lucky that Brianna was literally in the middle of taking her rings off and she got a cheap shot in. Girl, if they had y'all square up like Mortal Kombat and did the countdown and said fight, you might have got mollywopped and dog walked all up and down the block. Come on, let's be real about it. If somebody really was like, all right, fight, and y'all actually both had a fair chance, do you really think that you would have been able to get that little cheap shot in, girl? I cannot. I'm tired. And her mama, at first I thought she was going to act like she had some sense. But no, of course she going to sit up there and be there and back everything 100% as far as what her child said. Yes, Brianna did do what she normally does, which is she would do this. And she does that. Everybody knows that. But the fact of the matter is, for Peppa and Egypt's own relatives to come to them and be like, okay, yeah, it's messed up. This whole situation came down like it did. You need to understand that you're going to have to do damage control because your child hit somebody. Yeah, your child is 21 years old, but she literally has hit somebody else. Brianna could easily go somewhere and file a police report against her. No matter who her mom and daddy is. There's plenty of people out here who got millions and they're getting locked up. Them people don't care nothing about that. At the end of the day, y'all black. It don't matter how dark or how light y'all are black. Them people don't care how much money you have. At the end of the day, you are black. And they are looking for any opportunity to lock you up and kill you. So keep on thinking that because your mama is who she is and your daddy is who he is, that you can just always get away with everything. That is not how it goes. And I'm not excusing Brianna's behavior, but at the same time, your own son, Peppa, your own son said, we all know how Brianna is, but Brianna gets a certain way when people trigger her. And in this case, it's no different. Old boy always coming out of nowhere. She ain't never came at her sideways before all this stuff started blowing out of proportion surrounding who? What's always the common denominator? Who is it? Who is it? You know, who is always the common denominator? Sam. Now you can't tell me that everybody except for you and your ex are somehow the only ones who are blinded by Sam. Of course, his parents are all here for it because they ain't got to take care of him and his kids no more. Y'all can take care of him and his kids like y'all been doing. Because your daughter don't work. She ain't got nothing going on. She living off of y'all, which essentially means he living off of y'all and been living off of y'all. I don't understand her fascination with him. He must have a magic tongue and a magic stick. I don't understand because there's nothing amazing or appealing about him. His personality is trash unless he's just putting on this amazing trash of a persona when he's on screen. And I'm just like, when the camera rolls, is this just what you do? You say, and action. Let me act like a fool. And it's like, when a conversation was happening, I found it very strange. And I always find it strange and very, very disturbing that Egypt thinks that she is allowing her man to have the floor when he literally just always inserts himself, as everybody else always says. He inserts himself. She was like, well, I'm just going to let him have the floor. I'm allowing Sam to have the floor because he remembers verbatim everything that was said. Girl, no. You ain't letting him do nothing. I don't know why you think you're running nothing in any situation in relation to your raggedy man who don't like you. He like everybody, and he only like you because of the money. And it was all, I really do feel like it was a setup. I know sometimes these people bring people on, like with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, where they did the cookie lady. It's like, it seems like sometimes drama is created for storyline purposes, but it really would not surprise me if Sam really was here and he did all this scouting and made it seem like, oh, we just so happened to meet at the gym. Like, what? No, I can't. What did she see in him? Somebody explain to me, what did she see in him? She has not done anything since she's been with him except be his hype man. It was like, I'm supporting your career. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money coming in. So how is studio time being paid for all these records and these songs that he's supposed to be coming out with? Stupidity. Stupidity is how it's being paid because her daddy and her mama take care of her. Essentially, they all are taking care of him. But they are living for him. They are fine with him marrying her. Like, y'all, I'm going to get off that subject, but I don't understand the stupidity in everybody that should be completely against Sam living for him. The people who need to be worried about their child being around him, they aren't. And the people who she chooses not to listen to, who have been warning her, she don't listen to them. And they have her best interest at heart, and for some reason she don't see it. I don't understand. I'm telling y'all, this boy done did some kind of voodoo. He didn't put some kind of spell. He didn't put some kind of roots on this heifer because I don't understand. That's the only way. He put some good, really good, strong roots, just like people have already predicted and said that people like Super Scent have had roots put on her. I'm trying to think of somebody else. But yeah, if y'all don't know about Super Scent, y'all need to go look it up. But yeah, a lot of people have predicted that she's had roots put on her and have predicted some stuff that happened before it even happened to her. Like, it's a lot of stuff. I'm not like deep into anything or whatever. It's just that I go off of what I see, and that stuff came to fruition. I'm just saying. Anyway, forget all that. Their situation is trash. I don't understand. Okay, back to the Simmons versus the Millers. I'm tired of the fact that Eric is always being the one who is dragged in the situation to be the middleman. He literally has no storyline. I don't understand the point of him being on here. Why are y'all wasting money, giving money to somebody who has no storyline? He ain't got nothing going on. All he do is sit at the house and they call him up and be like, hey, we need you to be the middleman. Come over here and do this. And it's like, why can't the people who act as if they want to have this meeting about whatever, probably some more nothingness, and ain't gonna do nothing but overtalk people, why can't they call people and say, hey, I want to invite y'all to a meeting. I just want to have a meeting with y'all. I want to discuss a few things. Let me know if you be able to come, and this is the date. Why is it that everybody is finding about something the day before? First of all, people have lives, sir. People have lives, and you mean to tell me he coming over here running an errand to say, hey, I just met up with these people, and let me come over and talk to you for a minute. And then when you drop the bomb, the meeting is the next day? I would have been, off principle, I wouldn't have even cared if I was doing something or not. If I was Angela, if I was one of the main key players in this, I would have asked it if I had something to do. Like, bruh, you need to call me and we can set up a meeting one-on-one and we can, decide on a time that is convenient for both of us, because this was last minute. Ain't nobody got time. This would have been one of the most opportune times that if I were Angela, I would have said, my son, I got some stuff I got to do with my son. But yeah, y'all. Ain't nobody got time for that foolishness. Like, they doing the most. So then Eric went to go and tell Lil Twist and Boogie about it too. And Twist was like, well, I'm just gonna go on here and let you know now, I ain't coming to the meeting. He can call me and let me know when it's gonna be so we can have a one-on-one man-to-man conversation, because ain't nobody got time for this. Because everybody know his daddy gonna be there. It's like, what? Everybody is like, why his daddy gotta be there? And I agree. Why your daddy gotta fight your battles? Every time you look up your daddy right there, why your daddy gotta be there? I don't understand. Why does your father have to be there all the time? There is a difference between you being underage and a parent is being present, but when you are the issue and people are trying to figure out why you keep going missing and you don't say that to nobody, and you are the one unfollowing everybody, and you getting in your feelings and distancing yourself from everybody else, whether you have a relationship with them on camera only or off camera and on camera, that's beside the point. The issue is with you. People need to meet with you. There is no reason, in my opinion, for your daddy to be there. Why Master P gotta be there? And y'all, at the end of the episode, he was the main one high-stepping it. He was high-stepping faster than his son was to the meeting. And y'all, I'm trying to hold on until I'm at the end of this video, but I can't stand stuff like this. Y'all see in a minute. I'm tired. Okay. Okay. No, am I even gonna continue talking about? Because it's just so irritating. Like, it's just really in their feelings. And then like Lil Romeo is in his feelings about that ICDC commercial comment joke that Lil Twist did. And that's why he really in his feelings with him. Like, everybody know that, he tries to make light of situation. He tries to be funny. But at the same time, he can be serious. He can be serious. He is all about peace. He's all about all that. And it's like, everybody in their feelings. And then it's like, he always breaking the ice. And I like Lil Twist for that. I like him for that. But for you to be in your feelings because this boy made an ICDC comment about you, why are you mad? You got a check. You got a check at the end of the day. I would have laughed myself if I was Lil Romeo, like, okay, yeah, I did do that. And I got me a good little check out of the deal. Like, I would be like, man, that has been a running joke since that commercial came out. People still to this day associate him with that and trash rap music. That's why the last time I mentioned something about this show, I was like, why is we out here making a record? Didn't nobody like you before? Everybody was laughing at it before. And I mean, he sounds completely different because he's grown now. And I don't know, it might actually be something people want to see and hear or whatever. But wasn't nobody checking for Romeo back in the day. Nobody. He was cute and that was it. Like, that was all. Your family has businesses. Y'all have businesses. So it's like, why do you feel the need to try to get back in the rap game? For what? Y'all got businesses. Y'all apparently have very lucrative businesses. So what is the point of keep putting your hand in so many pots and then say, I ain't got time? You the reason why you ain't got time for nothing outside of that. You over here killing yourself, and for what? You ain't got to do all this. You every time you look up, he adding a new business, he adding something else, but then want to say, well, I ain't got time. Okay, well, that's your fault though. So you can't get mad at nobody else because you ain't got time. I can't. But yeah, y'all. I'm just over the Treppa stupidity. And I cannot, I don't understand. I have just been waiting. I really thought that when the Breakfast Club interview came out that she was going to say she was no longer with him. Nah, she was still with him. I'm just like, girl, what is the point? I don't understand why Romeo is in his feelings about JoJo stepping up and standing up for his sister. Because it's like, he tried to come to you one-on-one and, ask, what was going on when y'all gonna link up and all this other stuff. And you talking about this isn't the time. And every time somebody asks you whether anything is going on or not, it's like nobody, first of all, nobody can ever catch up with you. Then you done unfollowed everybody. You ain't answer nobody phone calls. So how you gonna get mad when somebody come to you when they don't even know? You just said that this was gonna be a going away party because you finna go overseas and record something. You gonna make some kind of movie, be in a movie or something. So when that little flapper 20s, roaring 20s theme or whatever situation was going on, when Vanessa created that, I was just like, why? Why you gonna sit up here and say, oh, this isn't the time for that, I don't want to discuss it, this is just about positivity and that's it? Okay, you still can have a conversation. Why can't somebody say, hey, why don't you hit my sister up? You know, y'all got some stuff to discuss, apparently, and, you know, do what y'all gonna do. And then it's like you always want to be dismissive, and then when somebody get mad and say what they want to say, not necessarily get mad, but when they speak up on it, you and your daddy, he even had him a whole little side conversation, dying laughing, talking about some JoJo. And the award goes to, he called him, what do you call him, a gangster comedian. And talking about the award goes to JoJo Simmons. I'm just like, man, I don't really look at JoJo like that, because JoJo, he is, you know, like his sisters say all the time, he's basically corny or whatever, but that's just his personality. I don't hate him or nothing, but when it comes to his sister, I get why he's frustrated. You supposed to be friends with him, but then you never want to reach out to his sister. But then it's like one season you make it seem like you all, I mean, for the longest you act like you want to be with her. Okay, don't act like you want to be with her and then you don't communicate. Like, don't nobody have time for that. And then all the stuff that happened with her ex, she kind of felt like, okay, this is going to be a new beginning for us. You know, maybe we'll be, you know, be friends again and get closer again because of this death. And death at times bring people together. But no, he wanted to sit up there and come and make an appearance and get a check and say, well, if you ever need me, I'll be there for you. And he wasn't there. And it's like, why? Y'all, so anyway, one little thing that I want to discuss briefly, and I'm going to go about my business, say the last thing I'm going to say after that. Vanessa Simmons, girl, I don't understand why you got in front of these cameras and said what you said about your weight. I understand that you have been a super small size before you had your child and all this other stuff. And she said that she had never been as big as she is now, except when she was pregnant with her child. She's like 170 something pounds, or at least she was when they actually filmed this episode. And I'm just like, girl, that is not a lie. Girl, I am fat, like for real. I am fat for real. And I mean, I am working on myself. I have some things in the works right now, natural things that I'm doing that is going to just ultimately just take some weight off anyway. And that's just going to help my joints. It's going to help me in the long run, because I am considered to be obese. Even though there are people who live for my body, I'm just saying. And her body is everything. That's why I was like, girl. Like, and you could tell that she is not here for her own stuff. And I was just like, girl, what is wrong? Your body is everything. She had curves and everything. It ain't like them people that be like, I'm unhappy, and they gain all this weight and they do like SpongeBob SquarePants. And it's just like, girl, you have curves. Your body is everything. You should be in a shoot right along with your sister. Your sister is thick as cold grits. And I'm here for all of that. And I just be like, girl, if you don't get somewhere and sit down with all of this, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like, dang, girl, you really are out here like this. You really out here talking like this, and your body is everything. I understand if it has caused some sort of health issues or something. And my weight fluctuates as well. You know what I'm saying? I go between the 200s, the upper 200s. I ain't gonna never lie. I ain't gonna lie to y'all about that. I am humongous. I am considered to be an SSBBW weight-wise. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not really seen in my face, people tend to be like, are you really big like that? I'm like, yes, I'm just bottom heavy. I've always been bottom heavy. And I'm huge. I'm humongous. I'm considered to be an SSBBW, supersized, big, I like to say big black woman, but big, beautiful woman. But girl, you thick. Like, she is the definition of thick. Like, she's like slim thick. People aspire to have what she has. And she over here talking about, I mean, y'all, I'm gonna leave it alone. But girl, I just want you, hopefully somebody will tell you, girl, you are beautiful. It is all right. Don't sit up there and feel the way you feel, because there are people who wish they look like you. Last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna go. Y'all, I'm tired of my spirit. Like I said earlier, Master P was the main one high stepping faster than his son to get in there to the meeting. Why was Eric in there first? Like I said, he in here to get his little check to make his screen time because he ain't got no storyline. I don't understand why he's still on this show. Y'all are wasting money. Y'all could have gave it to somebody else who go give us something that we actually want to see. He's just there. He's just there. I'm just like, why? But anyway, he the first one there, and that's why I was glad when Boogie said what he said. Like, why is he here? The person we need to see ain't here, so why is he here? But yeah, they eventually show Master P and Lil Romeo high stepping it to go into the meeting. And I'm like, why do y'all do this? They irk my soul. I hate when people do that. They done rolled up by 50, 60 people. For what? Why you always gotta bring? And I'm telling you, before Eric even said it, as soon as I saw all them people loading up and loading out, I said, why? Loading up and rolling out. I was like, why y'all gotta always have an entourage? Yeah, maybe have 2-3 people. Hey, you about 2-3 hitters like over to the side of y'all, and then do what you gonna do. You can have some people outside or whatever. You ain't got to have 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 people with you at all times. Ain't nobody got time for this foolishness. That's something that has always irked my soul. People who have got to have an entourage around them at all times. And then when snakes be in the grass and you find out people stealing from you, you the one who sat up there and decided to have these entourage of people. So it's your fault. Y'all, I'd be so tired. But yeah, the fact that they had all them people there, I was already tired of that. So then they come in greeting people. It's 5,000 people coming up in there. I would have been like, why? And this is the thing, as crazy and as gangster as Eric wanted to try to be, he even was like, all right, now you doing a little bit too much. If people thought anything before now, you coming up in here with this big old entourage of people is not making it any better. Like, you doing the most. Y'all, I'm so tired. And then, like, some of the entourage had the nerve to sit down on the couch. I'm like, it's too many of y'all. Other people supposed to be coming to this meeting. Master P had to tell one of them to get up and go somewhere else. Like, bro, you coming and sitting down on the main couches that the people who's supposed to really actually be at the meeting sitting on? You doing too much. Go somewhere and sit down, time the spirit. But anyway, I guess everything for real is going to go down next week. I don't know, but I'm tired. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed this commentary. I will be back later on with something else. Y'all be safe out there. Bye.